your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
And good Thursday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Randy Stone with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Well, authorities have taken 17-year-old Roman Caldwell into custody this morning, accusing him of armed robbery and illegal possession of a handgun by a juvenile. Monroe PD was dispatched to respond to a shooting. Upon arrival, they were shown a video by a neighbor of two suspects running northbound on Luther Drive. The Monroe Police Department Heat team found both suspects at Parkway Apartments. Caldwell allegedly admitted to having a handgun and that they were at the victim's house earlier to smoke marijuana. The victim stated that he refused to give the two suspects marijuana, and that's when Caldwell and the other suspect produced a handgun. Caldwell was arrested and booked in the Ouachita Correctional Center. We're continuing our crime alert as more arrests have been made in connection to the multiple shootings in Monroe this week. The Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office has arrested 4 men: Derek Ross, Kristen Sanders, Daniel Turner, and Roderick Donald. And each of them face multiple counts of attempted second-degree murder, among other charges. For more information, the shooting is expected to be released. We'll keep you updated with that on the air and online. Well, new information this hour. President Trump may send National Guard troops to New Orleans to help fight crime. But city leaders say the city does not need that help. During his Oval Office news conference yesterday, he hinted at the Big Easy as a possible target for federal intervention, saying he is considering sending troops to the city. Governor Landry says he welcomes that move, suggesting troops could be seen in Shreveport and Baton Rouge.
So we're making a determination now. Do we go to Chicago, or do we go to a place like New Orleans, where we have a great governor, Jeff Landry, who wants us to come in and straighten out a very nice section of this country that's become quite tough, quite bad.
Well, New Orleans City Council President is calling the move an unnecessary show of force. Now to some news out of your local election headquarters. The state's top election leader is promising answers today about illegal voter registrations. Secretary of State Nancy Landry is set to tell us what has been uncovered from a months-long investigation into the state's voter rolls, and also what it will mean for election security. Well, this is all part of a push to make sure that every ballot cast comes from eligible voters and to restore confidence in how elections are run.
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Chase Ward.
We are expecting plenty of sunshine for this afternoon, but as a result, we are expecting temperatures to be on the climb, pushing into the mid-90s for daytime highs. We'll see just a few passing clouds down to the south. The winds still remain southerly through tonight, and as we head into tomorrow morning, we will see a cold front arriving by late Friday, and with the moisture content increasing with the southerly flow, we will definitely see a sun-cloud mixture as we close the week out. And then going into Saturday, we'll see the frontal system arrive. This is kind of going into the early morning hours of Saturday, and then this will kind of continue that part of Saturday afternoon with the scattered showers, thunderstorms, but it also gives us a chance to slightly cool down. We'll be falling down to the lower 80s over the weekend and early next week. Now tonight we are going to remain mostly clear, and then through tomorrow we see this sun-cloud mixture, and yes, it does get a little bit hotter. Heat index values could probably push as high as 100 to 101 degrees, so yeah, it kind of feels like we're back in late August again, but it won't feel that way for the weekends. We start to see some seasonally low temperatures falling to the lower 80s with showers lingering through Sunday. Now by next Monday, we're still in the 80s and even through Tuesday, but once we get into the middle of next week on Wednesday onward, we will expect a gradual warm up pushing into lower 90s late next week and continue that way through next Friday and next weekend. Lows will be mostly in the 70s this week, falling to the 60s over the weekend and mid to lower 60s through early parts of next week as well.
Well, that is it for our Thursday midday update. NBC News Daily continues now. Check on your neighbors and pets. Be good. See you tomorrow.
When